Beloved Prime Creator, we take this time to pause, clear out our busyness, and express our gratitude for our unalienable gifts and talents. The WEF and Davos-minded controllers have stole from us under the guise of charity with all their supposed philanthropy. They enslaved us through environmental slogans, all the while ignoring the intentional geoengineering, HARP, and laser technologies playing havoc with our weather, earthquakes, and more. Then they call it resilience as we attempt to recover from their intended devastation. The same for their wars. They mask their theft of life-sustaining resources as sustainability for our salvation, but we know the truth, and we stand. As stated by Robert F. Kennedy, each time a person stands up for an idea, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different vectors of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. We are that resistance. We are that force. The people on the land and soil who recognize our purpose here to be of service, to learn, to hone our souls and feed our spirits despite their pall. We are your lifeblood on the material plane, beloved, and we embody life itself. We sing praises of gratitude for our presence and for our coming together in recognition of our true source that is you. Let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you, Charlie.
Amen.
My name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. This is for the sheriffs. It's regarding fraud. The function of our court is to find remedy. Part of remedy is to remove the fraud upon the people. Neither incarceration nor execution is seen as a remedy. It fixes nothing. It's not remedy. Solving the de facto Article 7 amended is the step. It's not digital. It's not on-off. It started when we realized we were no longer deceived. We knew the goal, and we knew where we wanted to leave from and to stay removed from. The cycle from left heel to left heel. Like a pair of pants or scissors. It takes two to make one. Is that a paradox? No, it actually has another name. I looked it up. The step is to make an arrest. As an example, lawfully, only three ways to do that. However, legally, a bailiff, jailer, sheriff, employee of the courthouse, a Leo, can take the word of an assistant district attorney, Washington County, arrest that man, send him to Salem for transfer to Clackamas, where the next morning the judge says, there is no warrant, you're free to go. That was fraud, due process violation. I saw that happen. I went to Oregon City and got him the next day. He still has not filed against risk management. That is a due process violation. The sheriffs, deputies, bailiffs, et al. Do that sort of stuff all the time. It recently happened in Yamhill. A Newburgh Leo got a Yamhill deputy to arrest a woman when they had no wedding warrant. Is that a paradox? Or is that the result of he who can be deceived, let him? Well, by that law form, when we are not deceived, then you stop the deception. As it is now, misprision of felony. Fraud is the felony. There is no statute of limitations or timing out on fraud. All the Oregon offices of sheriff and a multitude of persons known as sheriff since 2017? No. So does the Oregon State Sheriff's Association and their staff and members. The Oregon State Police and the Oregon National Guard Provost Marshal and others know the appointment of the superintendent and the general was done by the de facto governor, Tina Kotek. That's fraud, and you all know it, and you comply with color of law, de facto, for-profit criminal governance of the Salem oligarchy. What makes truth? That is seen by the viewer, heard by the viewer, and the perspective alters the perception. However, what is true is the same from all perspectives. In remedy, we are seeking the solution. Our Article 1, Section 1 social compact needs honorable men and women in the office of sheriff. We require honor. That is a fact. When acting less than honorable, obliging an attorney, a judge, or a Leo, good old boy stuff. When a proper oath is in place and the people actually receive peace, safety, and happiness, that's a major step. Keeping your oath requires no thin blue line, nor does it ignore one falling in and otherwise, nor does it ignore that one failing in an otherwise good cop. I yield.
Anthony Devine. Sheriff, one and all, the ball is in your court. We kicked it into your jurisdiction, which is separate from ours. Alas, it really is one team, you and us. It is, or rather should be, one jurisdiction. Your training, probably from childhood, has been to join the realm of the corporate jurisdiction, which is the entity that pays you to do what you do. You can join our team, that of the people, with a simple turn of mind switch. A tool to assist in this process is to consider taking a proper oath to the proper constitution with this original jurisdiction and with the laws of nature and of our nature's God, as stated in the Constitution. The last several months, we have posted and made publicly available what we consider a proper oath for the persons in our governance. Sheriffs are our first effort at insisting on a proper oath, but it is the sheriffs who are in their county position to protect and defend the people from ticketing or sending people to the illegitimate amended Article 7 courts that should not be. From governance, overreach, and taxation that takes seniors' equity, their forever home, and all they possess by enforcing conviction. It's like a switch in the mind and one's understanding. The switch is the recognition of one's allegiance to life and that which is God-given. Rather than criminalizing living God-made beings for a dead corporate entity, our sheriffs are our first protection against governance overreach. Taking a solemn oath is needed for there to be remedy in our authoritative system of governance. Once a sheriff can make the switch, can see themselves as one with the people rather than a corporate entity meant to enforce our compliance to the bidding of the state, there will be greater freedom, cooperation, and peace. Let it be so. I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. and we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car, and he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, "Just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me." And they did. They shot him dead with his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air, and they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.